It's so pretty. When did you guys decorate?
Oh, the 18th of November.
She's like, she was on it.
I have somebody who helps me, and that was the day she could come, and I'm not hosting anything this year. So I was like, I might as well put it up. Doesn't make any difference.
I love it. It looks good. I love the topper.
Thank you. Thanks. So yeah, it's nice. We don't have anybody here, but my husband loves to decorate.
Awesome.
That is awesome. I don't know what happened to Katie.
I don't know. Hello, Ashley. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Ashley's a beast.
I know she
Golly.
Amazing.
She is. We were in another challenge with Ashley when we first did Fiberfield, and she slayed that as well. But we loved her faces, so she got basically her trademark thing is her face, her little faces that she makes through her pictures. It was great. So we're like, show your face.
I'll keep it coming.
I liked your tree house today.
Oh, thank you. I was like, what can I do different today? That's probably the hard. It's probably harder than the workout. I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, what face haven't I done? I don't know.
Listen, they haven't seen most of your faces, so you can like start redoing some of the faces.
That's true.
Love it.
Who's on iPad?
I don't know who iPad is. So.
And Katie's connected.
I think it's me, Carolina.
Oh, hey, Carolina.
Hey, Carolina.
Hello, Katie. Hello. Well, she can hear us. Hello, hello. I got my hop water, which I love. I'm addicted to this sparkling water.
And you have to order it all online, right?
Yeah, I asked them if they can carry it at Whole Foods, and they said they're not in there yet. So they're working their way there, they said. But it's one of my favorite. They put hops in water. You know how they put hops in beer?
Mm-hmm.
You do the same thing in water. And I didn't realize hops had like anxiety type of stuff where it takes down anxiety, it helps your mood. I didn't know hops did all that kind of stuff. So I read their whole thing on it. But yes, like some beer drinker dads, they got into the 30s, had kids, and they were tired of drinking beer and feeling hungover. So their story is they wanted something fun for parties. That way they can think the next day and function. And they created this sparkling water with hops. And I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. You know, I'm kind of like, oh my God, I like told Jackie, addicted. And I clench my jaw when I sleep. So when I wake up, I usually have a really I wake up that really clenchy feeling. Every time I drink one of these or maybe two a night, I actually wake up with a relaxed jaw. And I didn't know, they were telling me it was the hops. And I was like, really? So then I started researching the benefits of hops, and who knew?
And you have to order it directly from them?
Yeah.
And she's tried other brands and they were not good.
Oh my God, I've tried so many different brands of CBD sparkling waters and all these weird concoctions. Or I just know. And even sparkling water, my friend was like, I used to drink Waterloo, but my friend's like, you got to drink Spindrift. It's healthier, it's better. You guys, Spindrift is terrible. I cannot even drink it. I can't even believe it. They sell that stuff. It's so gross. But my taste buds did not like it, but she seemed to like it. So I'm like, it's a taste bud thing. So that's for sure. Hey, Monique. I see Monique.
Yes. Sweetness. And Carolina said that she might have to order the hops water.
Yes, it's my favorite. And literally, I'm on a monthly subscription. They deliver you 31 cans because it's like 31 days in a month. And I literally drink one or two a night. If I'm on vacay, I take it with me on vacay. So it's my addiction besides being healthy. No, I was kidding.
Exactly. It's a healthy addiction right there.
All
right. Y'all, let's go ahead and get started. It's so good to see all your beautiful faces. This is being recorded so I can send it out to everyone else that isn't able to make it tonight. And y'all, we are halfway through, which is like, I'm kind of sad, but I'm also excited at the same time. And this is so amazing, but we want to give some shout outs before we get started. We're going to do like a little talk about the workbook this week is about choosing your heart. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to open it up to you guys. But the shout outs, the fun part first. All right, so Amanda, and I mean, Amanda's not on tonight, but that's okay. She'll hear this when she watches the recording. She posted a couple days ago about all her wins, and she literally like had a laundry list of all the amazing things.
Oh, I saw that.
It's so incredible. She's got more energy. She doesn't have any GI symptoms. Her willpower is on fire. Her motivation's super high. She went down a size in her belt, so she was able to go to the next hole, make it smaller. She's lost over 10 pounds, and she's slaying the planning. That's one of the things with LIIT, with one of these programs, is you've got like your workouts are already done. Like you know what you have to do, and you just have to figure out when you're going to do it in your day. So she's slaying that. You guys are all slaying that. And then she's got a bunch of fun recipes to choose from of to make for the week. Robin Bates, she's working, so she can't make it tonight, but she says her stomach has gone down an inch, which is super exciting. And that's an area where she's always like hyper focused on. So that's pretty cool to hear. Myrna, she said that she hadn't really lost weight in the first week, but now in the second week, all of a sudden she's down 5 pounds, which if you guys know us, we like the last thing that we want to talk about is weight. We're more about the non-scale victories, how we're feeling and the energy and all that fun stuff. But it is cool to see like the scale moving in the right direction if that is a goal. And then Renee, Marcy, you talk about this because you have to tell me about this one thing, and I'll talk about Renee in just a minute.
Okay, so Renee is so funny every time she pops on. I mean, she's a little quirky, she's hilarious. But this post today, she was like saying, you know, in our video, we talked about pinching a penny, you know, in your butt, like squeezing your glutes and making sure you have a little penny in your crack. So she was so funny. She said, talk about penny being pinched by the booty. So my question is, are there that many weak cheeks out there dropping all those pennies on the ground? That's the pennies that you see. Like literally cracked me up. I was like, oh my God, so everybody got on there. And I posted, like, found a penny, like on the ground. No, that's funny. But, you know, we just obviously want you guys to use a mind muscle connection. We love that, you know, people come on there and have fun with it. And it makes you think, because then you'll think about that next time you do like your glute work, let me pinch a penny. So that was pretty funny. So we had fun. Like, we love you guys' comment. Like Katie, we love, like she fixes, like has great comments like about connection. Katie was talking, obviously fixing with our typos and stuff. She's like eagle eyes, like she finds the stuff, but also she, you know, like how we can make it work on the back end. Like she was talking about Peloton, where you can high five somebody. So we're trying to work on stuff on the back end, how we, like people that are doing the program, they can communicate. So, I mean, you guys are giving us really good feedback and ideas. I mean, we appreciate you guys catching, obviously any of the typos and editing stuff, like with the video guys, those are all being redone. And we're also redoing all like the ebooks, like the first couple ebooks, that's going to be redone. So there's a lot of stuff, like it's going to be revamped. You guys are the beta testers to give us like what progress and feedback, and all the questions that you ask, that's how we improve our program. So we really thank you guys for going through the entire program and giving us feedback. Like I said, besides editing and stuff like that, you guys are bringing stuff, even like, hey, for this exercise, can you give me, you know, a new way to do it, or a different way to do it, a different modification that we didn't even mention? Because for some of the stuff, like say Jackie, she is a yoga guru. I know she's very modest and she doesn't like to think she is, but she is sexy flexy, we know this. And she can do some crazy stuff. And I literally put a post on her Instagram feed, and you guys can see the difference on how I am not flexible. And I work on my flexibility a few days a week. And I've been doing this for years. I still am not as flexible, but it just feels good to actually do those exercises. So we encourage you guys, you know, when you're doing the program, to embrace all parts of it, from strength, cardio to flexibility. And, you know, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. And that's what this whole theme of this week is about choosing your hard, because in life we have choices. I mean, being unhealthy is hard and being healthy is hard. And I was told Jackie, I'd rather bitch and complain that I have to eat healthy and work out than the other, than the opposite, because I feel like it's going to happen. And not everybody who has a healthy lifestyle that's in a positive mindset is going to be happy 24/7 and jump out of the bed and want to do these things. I mean, Jackie and I, we live a really good, you know, healthy and happy life, but we have our days. I mean, we like to keep it real. You know, we want to like go say bullshit anybody and say, oh yes, we wake out of bed and we love, you know, we do all these things. It's not realistic. it's like we try to do 90% of what we can because we have family and life and work and pets and, just commitments that we have to do. And it's trying to manage those commitments while you're choosing your heart. It's all about choices. Anything you do is a series of choices. And so it's just thinking about those choices, like what's a healthier choice? How can I make this different? This is why mindset is so important, because sometimes we just want to say, F it, I don't want to even do this, and then you say, forget about from the workout to your food or whatever your thing is, has to do with business or home or whatever. But, just trying to really make the effort and just, it's all about discipline. It's making those little small choices to create those disciplines. And once you start creating it becomes easier, because we're going to all fall to the wayside at some point of our life. It's going to happen, whether it's, we lose our job and then we get into a depression, or we lose someone in our family or a pet, or, anything. We're going to have these ebbs and flows. So community is important when you're choosing your heart, and really connecting and plugging with the people that you're with. So we love watching you guys, all of you guys on here, give your little 2 cents and your feedback and your jokes. Jackie, you with the kitty litter, like that was funny. When you were like talking about the kitty litter granola, like just kind of getting certain feedback. Or Carolina was making the brownies, and I've made them before and they turned out good. And I was telling Jackie, I don't know if it was like the altitude or maybe a different oven, I don't know, but hers came out runny. It's like, well, maybe we need to experiment a couple more times and try a different recipe that works, that's fail-proof for everybody. So just know behind the scenes, we're taking all your notes in and we're creating new stuff and, refining recipes and stuff like that. So we appreciate you ladies, like everything that you've given us, we're like, yes. Because the next person who uses this program, guys have improved this to make it better for the next person.
Which is amazing. So getting back to choosing your heart, like I said, that was part of the workbook for this week. And you guys, we did upload a new workbook in week 1. It has more information in it, and it's also done the way the other workbooks, like from last week to next week, how they look. So you can go back to week 1 and download that workbook. We have more information on intuitive eating in there as well. But in choosing your heart, like one of the things right now, because you guys have agreed to do this LIIT beta program, and you guys are feeling very committed, which is amazing. And we're so appreciative of it. But literally some of you have not been able to work out some days. And then you're like, I gotta get in, I have to get it in. I promised the Plant Chicks I do this. And it's so amazing you having that integrity with yourself to make it happen. But these are tools. I want you guys to start remembering how you're making all of these workouts and how you're making all of your meals work while you're in this beta program, because you're showing up for yourself. You guys made a decision. You said, I am going to do this. And you're making it happen no matter what. And that's really, really, really powerful. But what happens after LIIT? We're not going to talk about that right now because we've still got 2 weeks to go. Hey,
I know, look how cute.
adorable. Oh, I love it. But literally, I want you guys to start journaling. Like, what are some things that are making you decide, you know what? Like Jackie, your husband's birthday, you guys went out because you knew you couldn't cook the meal that he normally would have for his birthday because it's something that you'd want to eat. So you guys went out to dinner. Think about some of these things that you're doing. Also, Renee, one of the things that Renee posted, I think it was today in the challenge group, she was making some treats for her family, and she had a taste. One taste. What is stopping you from having one taste after LIIT is done? It's in here that's stopping you. But really dig in and like start journaling on what is going on and what frame of mind you're in. Like, Jackie, how did you decide to make that executive decision? We're going to go out to dinner instead of cooking at home, or like what got you out of that comfort zone to say that, suggest that to your husband, or whatever the case might be. Each and every one of you have your own specific situation on where you decided to show up for LIIT because you made a promise, not only to us, to the Plant Chicks, but to yourself to do this. And these are things that you can carry with you on your next program. Or if say you're going to do LIIT again, how you can show up for yourself again. So these are things, this is why we have the workbooks for you. That's why you guys, a lot of you have journals. Really encourage you to journal because so much stuff can come up that it's really super, super powerful that you guys are creating these incredible, incredible habits for yourself in already just 2 weeks. But how can you continue to grow on them and expand them and carry them into your life after LIIT? But you guys are always going to be a plant chick. We're always here. We always want to stay here because we have to have this community to like lift one another up and hold each other accountable. But I want you guys to like really hone in on your successes, on what you're doing and how you can carry it forward. And then also, if you were journaling in the first couple weeks in your workbook, what are some other habits that you might be able to go back and revisit? Is there something like, are you already starting to see growth in an area and maybe you're ready to start looking at another area where you can continue to grow? So these are all things that you can do in your workbook. And I want to start planting a seed to see how you guys can continue showing up for yourself, because bottom line, that's what you're doing. You're showing up for yourself. And that, ladies, is huge, 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 huge.
Yes, and just know there's always going to be a birthday, a special occasion, event, a holiday, always is going on. It's about managing those expectations instead of letting yourself go. Like a lot of people say from Thanksgiving to January 1st. So like, screw it, I'm just going to eat like, a pig and binge from, from Thanksgiving until January 1st, and I'll worry about my health later. That's like the worst thing you can do. Now, we're not saying you have to be 100% and you have to be perfect. Like, we're not saying that. We're saying at least you're 80 to 90% managing your healthy lifestyle factors. Like Jackie mentioned, like trying to meditate or journal, trying to get some things in order, I would say, you're going to be fine. And you can still have your cake and eat it too and have some treats. It's where people do the all or nothing mentality. They go all or nothing into the holidays and gain weight. Then they go all or nothing in January 1st, trying to lose weight, which is not sustainable. They do it for 6-8 weeks and they go back to their old lifestyles, that yo-yo dieting. We want to break your mindset from that, saying you can eat healthy, you can work out, but guess what? You can have a cookie too. You can miss a day from working out and you're not going to, gain weight. Like, these are things that once you start managing these, it'll become easier. And a lot of times, like when people get into the holidays, the average weight gain is 7 to 10 pounds. And people are starting to lose within 2 weeks, just putting effort to it. And we're not saying you have to be 100%, like it's just that putting effort into it. People are already losing weight, which means you're losing inflammation, you're losing inches. Forget the number on the scale. I mean, we're not about that, but it feels good, to reduce inflammation, because these sugars, I would say the refined sugars a lot that create inflammation, the plant-based foods help reduce it, makes you feel better, all that kind of good stuff, gives you more energy. And like I said, you can have your cake and eat it too, but just everything's in moderation. You have to eat more of the whole foods and less of the soul foods to see a difference. It's really crazy how people think like, I can't have that, I'm on a diet, for like Christmas or Thanksgiving. I'm like, what? It's like, I eat Thanksgiving and I eat a huge plate and I do overeat, but guess what? I do damage control after. I don't run to the gym and work out the next day. I don't do any of that. I just start putting healthy food in my body and start drinking some more water, moving. It doesn't have to be extreme. That mentality, we want you ladies to unplug from that, because we know it's hard during the holidays when we have our one-on-ones with people. That's your thing. It's like, what am I going to do for the holiday? They like freak out. We don't want you to freak out during the holidays. We want you to have a plan. The plan is not to be 100%. The plan is to manage having healthier behaviors than bad behaviors. So like somebody was like, oh my God, all the drinking and stuff. It's like, you can still drink. You can have a drink. Just think about this. One healthy meal doesn't make you healthy. Just like one unhealthy meal that's super fat and bad doesn't make you unhealthy. It's continuous meals, like continuous healthy meals that make you healthy, and it's continuous bad meals that make you unhealthy. And then you have this little teeter-totter. You can't be 50-50 with the whole foods and 50-50 with the bad foods. It doesn't work. You have to have more on the other side, right? So more whole foods than the soul foods. Once you start getting that mentality, guys, it will be so easy to manage your thing. I've been plant-based almost close to 11 years now, and I've never gained a ton of weight. I've never, before this though, I had gained 25 pounds, and it took me 4 months of 100%, which was not fun, to get 25 pounds off, because I was torturing myself 2 hours in the gym, trying to eat clean, quote unquote clean, doing the keto diet to get off the 25 pounds only to gain it again. So we want you to put in more fiber filled foods that are nourishing and healing. It's all about fiber in the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's about putting these foods into your body that's going to heal your body while you do eat some of the bad stuff, because the bad stuff is like crack cocaine. Like, we all have our vices, whatever vice is, it is like, give it to me once you break that seal. And it's like, how can I manage the seal, but still eat my crack, but without going overboard? You know what I mean? So it is, I mean, if you think about it, you know what I mean? Like popcorn, you guys, I can eat like bags and bags and bags of popcorn. Like, I love me some popcorn. And it's not the most nutrient healthiest thing in the world, but at the end of the day, it's about, you can have popcorn. It's not the end of the world, right? I'm not saying you can't have that, whatever your thing is, it's candy, cookie, whatever, but just know there has to be more of the whole foods and the soul foods for you guys to make this benefit. Okay, so we want to open it up to you guys to see, like, let us know what your wins are. What is your win? At this point, we're halfway through. We want to hear your personal win. So somebody can volunteer, or we will call on you. Jackie.
I still have not had one bite of anything that's not vegan.
Wow.
So, or drink, but I don't drink, so it doesn't matter. But
that's impressive.
I'll take that as a win. But
that is a win. That's a huge win.
Win. Congrats.
They haven't all been great choices, but
Okay. Yeah.
but they've all been vegan.
Wow. Kudos to you. Okay, who's next?
We need one of those little wheels, and we can.
We're like.
I'll go.
Perfect. Go, Ashley.
I feel like my mindset has gotten stronger, like trying to push, I don't feel like I have to work so hard to get myself through the workouts. I feel like I can do this, or I can get through this beforehand, and it's much, I guess, getting easier as the time goes on to do the workouts, which is nice and more enjoyable.
I love that.
That is awesome. And I saw you had your 10-pound weights today.
Yeah, and I was able to do all of them with the 10-pound weights today, which is huge for me. Yeah. So
awesome. Katie.
I was going to tell you that they do have apps that you can put people's names in, and it'll spin for you, because that is a teacher tool. If you want, I know my husband uses it in his classroom.
I love that. Look at, he has all the tools.
Well, this is a house of 2 teachers, so we have a lot of tricks up our sleeve right now, especially teaching from home with a child in the house too. It's crazy. I would say one of my wins is when I do the yoga, I notice that when I this up, back, and then up to the ones and the warriors, I don't wobble. I don't know all the names, but I can get up and I can follow Jackie, and I'm really impressed with myself. Now I do have a little background in Payo. What's the one? Payo? I've done that, but I was really proud of myself when I did the whole thing. But that was my win.
Oh, I love that. Downward dog, right? When you go into downward dog and then you go to vinyasa.
Yeah, the vinyasa.
Yes. And then bring your leg through and up to
warrior 1 or 2 or whatever.
one.
I
And
love
then switch
it.
back over. I did not wobble. I was good.
Yes.
I still wobble on those. That's impressive.
Maybe not all of them, but I was getting better.
Yay!
And that was Morgan. She's 2.
Oh, Morgan.
Adorable.
Trouble.
Katie, where do you live?
I am half an hour from Philadelphia.
Okay, so you're in East Coast time.
Yes.
What time did you go to bed?
Oh, her dad is on a phone call, so she escaped her crib, and she's down here now because mommy's busy and daddy's on a phone call. So the other 2 are sleeping, and she is playing next to the Christmas tree.
Nice. You guys have a house full.
Kelly, let's hear it.
I knew that was coming. I am not a real plant chick before this program. So for me, I'm just proud of myself. I haven't killed anyone yet. I am becoming a nicer person this week. I want to eat everything. I'm a little grouchy when I make food because I make my family. I have 2 kids, my husband, he's like, what am I going to eat? Lettuce? So I'm making him, he's very supportive. He's just not, he likes meat. So it's I feel like I'm just well, I'm going to have this and you guys can have that, or you can eat what I'm eating. And that's getting better. I noticed I did lose a few pounds and my face is a little bit less swollen. And I feel like I'm getting my stretching. I went to a chiropractor for over a year for a labral hair in my shoulder, and it took a long time to heal. And finally, I feel like I haven't gotten back into programs because everything hurts my shoulder, and it's I can't really do everything. So then I get discouraged and just quit. But I feel like I can do these movements, and I feel like with the stretching, I am I'm flexible, but I feel like there are things that I didn't even know I needed stretched, and my body just feels so much better and longer, and just I can move better. So
Good for you. I mean, having these realizations and then also just going for it, trying, plant-based foods. Good for you.
yeah, Katie talked me into it.
Oh, Katie, we love you. You gotta love Katie.
And I have to say, I'm super proud. I'm proud of all of you, but taking it on and not really being plant-based prior to this, I mean, that's really cool that you're taking on this challenge and you're sticking with it. So congrats.
And speaking of being not plant-based before any of this, there was a girl named Tracy. She did Dr. B's program. That's how we met her, through Fiber Fueled. And she went from, a meat eater to a plant-based eater. And I don't know, tell us your story, Tracy, because it's very fascinating.
Yeah, so I read Dr. B's book, and before I even finished the book, I really didn't want to touch meat. I cleaned out my pantry, went to the store with Dr. B's book, and bought everything that was required. So I just stopped eating all meat on that one day, and I haven't looked back ever since. I feel so much better on a plant-based diet. Lifestyle. So doing this particular program, I think I have a few wins. I haven't been able to check in as much, but I have been doing my exercises every single morning, and I look forward to it. I enjoy it, which is something I never thought I would say. I'd always work out a little bit, and then if I felt like I've achieved whatever weight I wanted, then I would stop and start up again when I needed to. So with this program, I'm enjoying the yoga stretches. And like the other girl said earlier, there's definitely less wobbling for me this time. In the summer, when I did the 30-day challenge, I liked the yoga, but I was a newbie to it. So there was a lot of wobbling, and it didn't come naturally to me, but I can do so much more now. So I'm getting better. And then with all the workout programs I always did before, I would always look at how long they were. They needed to be between 20 to 30 minutes. If it was anything longer than that, I wouldn't do it. I felt like I didn't have the time to work out for longer than 30 minutes. But the way I look at it now, it's my me time. I look forward to it. The house is quiet. It's something that I'm doing for me. It might sound selfish, but I generally don't do much for myself. And I feel like that 1 hour, it's me, Jackie, and Marcia. And I think it's the perfect way to start my day. And then the third thing that I really like in this program, especially like in the first week, the focus on eating whole foods and whole grains. Even though I've been eating a plant-based diet since June, sometimes I will include pasta. It is minimally processed, like a chickpea pasta or brown rice pasta. But when I started this challenge, I just said to myself, I want to stick to whole grains. I'm not going to have anything, even if it's lightly processed. So sometimes I will make a stir fry with rice for myself, and then I make another pot of rice noodles for everybody else because I know they prefer it with that. And over the last 2 weeks eating that way, I feel so much better, so much energy, so much more alert. So I'm enjoying the program.
I love it, Tracy. Thank you for that feedback. That's awesome.
I love that too. And one of the things you said, everything you said was amazing as always. But one of the things that you said, I really want to point out and make sure that everyone heard is you are now taking that morning time. Every morning you have an hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is, but you're taking me time. And Tracy, ladies, all of you, all of us, it's so important that we do, like when they talk on the airplane, put the oxygen mask on yourself first, and then you can help your loved ones. That's exactly what you're doing, Tracy. You're putting the oxygen mask on you. And ladies, all of you, all of us, we're putting that oxygen mask on ourselves by doing these workouts and showing up, and then also by eating these whole foods. It's beautiful. Thank you. That was incredible.
Thank you.
Arlene, let's hear it from you. Oops, you're mute.
Let me unmute. One thing I can do now that I wasn't able to do in the beginning is, and I don't even know what you call it, Jackie, but when you put your hands on the mat and then you jump through with your feet crossed. The first time I did that, I fell. I was like, what am I doing? What does she want me to do? And I did it the other day. So I was kind of excited about that because I am not a yogi. I need to practice more.
I think you
So
are.
I love it.
I think you have a little yogi in you, Arlene, for sure. I've seen you.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen me do like back bends and stuff, and that's actually from being a gymnast. So I still have that in me, but I am not flexible at all, and I need to work on it more.
I love it. And I love that you're on the call because I thought you were going to be on your other call.
Yeah, my other call ended early, so that's why I jumped on here.
Yay.
You know what I'm hearing from everybody, I'm loving that you guys love the yoga component because Jackie and I think it's important for flexibility to have it a couple days a week. And most workout programs can be just strength or cardio. And Jackie and I are big proponents on having that flexibility. You know, and even yoga is a strength as well, right? You know, it can be cardiovascular. Like her power yoga is like insane crazy. I take it and I'm like cussing Jackie out, but absolutely love it. But I love that you guys love the stretch and you're feeling like getting used to your bodies and feeling it, and notices where you guys need to improve and what you actually like, because that's part of, you know, doing the program. I was like, ooh, I like this part, you know, or I feel like I need more yoga, or I love pigeon pose. Katie was like, pigeon pose, where have you been all my life? It's like, that's one of my favorites too. I was like, yes, it's like I can never do enough pigeon poses in my life for sure. So we love that component of it. Now, Arlene, that's awesome. I mean, you look pretty flexible from your back then for sure.
Well, I don't know. I don't have problems doing that back then, but other things, I don't know. I can't do it. And the Pilates too. I like the Pilates that we're doing that as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love all of it.
Yay.
Here, Meg.
Carolina, let's hear from you.
Is it me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I noticed that I've been more consistent in my workouts. Even if I miss one, I do it the next day. So I will do like 2 workouts sometimes in one day, because that commitment really pushes you, and it's like, I have to do this, I have to do this. And then, so I'm more consistent on my workouts, which is good because I haven't been all year. And the meal prep also, sometimes it takes me a long time to meal prep, but I'm making them so that I can be ready, because otherwise it will lead me to just eat unplanned, I guess.
We love your collages. Your food collages are amazing.
Thank you, thank you. And also, I incorporated my husband when I had to chop the onions. I have a severe allergic reaction to onions. I can't even be in the kitchen because my eyes just start watering. So I have onion goggles, and even with my onion goggles, I still can't be in the kitchen. So my volunteer, and he's the one who has to sacrifice cutting the onions.
Love it.
That is crazy, but maybe you shouldn't have the onions.
I love to it. I can eat them, but I can't cut them, which is weird. But I can eat them, you know. And so I just that the only thing I do have to work a little bit more. It's on snacking. I've been snacking on processed stuff, even though it's vegan, but it's still processed. And so I need to somehow lock it down or hammer down myself and switch over to either a smoothie or a banana, which I eat a lot of banana, or something of that nature.
Well, Christina, I love what you just said, because that's kind of in line with what we were talking about earlier, how you guys have this huge commitment to yourself and to this program of making sure those workouts happening. And just like you said, like sometimes you don't get a workout in on one day and then the next day you'll do two. And now you can apply that same way of thinking to redoing your snacks. And you just came up with a couple of good ideas for snacks that you can have instead of going to that processed foods. So go back to the week 1 workbook. Again, it's a brand new workbook in there, new information. And there's all kinds of information like diving deep on creating new habits or changing a habit. So maybe you could write out a couple different things and you can experiment with some different snacks.
Yeah, totally. I have to do that. I have to check that. I printed number 2 and number 3, and I think not printing that workbook number 1 or the cookbook number 1, it was a mistake for me. Also, don't feel bad, Jackie, but my name is Carolina.
Oh, Carolina, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm used to, people call me Catalina. People call me Christina, Caterina. So it's okay. I think it's the way I pronounce it. I'm sorry about that.
No, and I'm glad you corrected me. Seriously, thank you.
That's okay. That's okay.
Well, good. All right. So I think that's everyone. We have Monique on here. Monique is she does everything for us behind the scenes. And she is incredible. She was our timer when we were filming all the workouts. So Monique literally does everything, and she's in the middle of moving. So she's not able to do all the workouts, but she is actively participating. Monique, you're welcome to share if you'd like.
I am actually, I feel so blessed. My husband, I come home and he's got we've been pretty much eating.
Oh, your mute's on.
So I got a phone call at the same time. We've been eating pretty good. He's been preparing some very good plant-based meals for me. And I'm back in the office full time because of COVID. Well, so I'm back in there right now trying to catch up because I'm getting ready to move. So it's been a little challenging, but thank God for easy vegan pouch meals that I can eat at work. But yeah, I mean, it's great. We're definitely not craving meat as much anymore. I kind of look at it and I'm like, oh, it's not appealing to me as much as it used to be. So I love the diet the lifestyle change portion of it. I do. It's it's good. It's good. It's good stuff. And I'm fortunate. My husband's at home with me, supporting me as well. So when there's 2 people that can do it together, it does help tremendously.
100%. I love that a couple of you caught yourselves instead of saying diet or whatever. You're like lifestyle. I love it because it's a lifestyle.
Yes, and Monique is actually my neighbor, and she let me borrow some tomato paste because I made this cornbread casserole tonight. It's a chili casserole. So Monique, I'm gonna have to bring you a bowl for you and Jeff to taste it because it's
I can't wait.
Delicious. It's definitely a comfort food. I should post it in the group so you guys can make it. I'm telling you, legit easy to make. You just throw it together into the pan, bake it for 20 minutes. It's that easy, and then it's delicious. So anyways, FYI.
Post it for sure because it does look delish. I'm gonna have to make it. All right, ladies, that is all we have on our agenda for tonight. keep showing up. Remember, we're halfway through. Keep showing up. If you are feeling a little bit down, if you're having a good day, a down day, post in the challenge group, reach out to your Plant Chicks partner, schedule some workouts together, lean in on us. Come on, we have to lift up and we have to like close out strong. But we're so excited that y'all could be on the call tonight, and thank you so much for being here.
Bye, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy
Bye,
birthday,
thanks.
Kelly.
Good night.